Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV, and you are joined by me for this late night edition of the player ratings. And I'm going to get into it from the start and go with this man, Mr. Areola. And for me, I thought he was top class tonight. I really did. I really, really did. I thought he was absolutely mustard. He kept us in the game. He was unlucky with a goal. He got his hand on it, but it was just too powerful to get through. Um, Second half, I don't really remember. He was unlucky with Soucek's goal. He didn't. He didn't know it was there. I'm honest. So for me, I it's. I'm going to give him. I'm going to give him an 8. I think 8's a solid 8, and I think he was good for that 8. Uh, like he really did keep us in the game. I must admit, in the first half. The second half, I don't really remember him having to make a blockbuster save to sort of like he was pretty solid. He's a class goalkeeper. We've got to sign the man. At the end of the day, there's no excuses. We have to sign the geezer and go from there. I will get to the comments right now. We have Dylan. Hello, Dylan. Lee, how you doing, mate? I really do appreciate it. And Dylan, and I'm back on the Areola train. So yeah, Areola gets an 8 for me. I think 8's fair. I think he done particularly well. Let's go to this man though. I'll start off because we played a back 5 tonight. I heard through Declan Rice and Mazuaku, and I'm sorry, but Mazuaku's not good enough. He's really not good enough to be playing for West Ham anymore. Yeah, he put a couple of good balls in, but he's poor. Yet again, he looks slow. He looks ultra slow, and he just don't look like he can. Like he just don't look fit to me. He got subbed, and we looked a completely different team when he was off on the when he was off the pitch. When he was on it, he put in about 2 good crosses. Lack of work rate to try and get back to cover Cresswell. I'm giving him a 4, mate, and that's being generous. Not good enough for me, and we need a new left back at this club as soon as possible. So a 4 for Mesawaku. Moving on to, let me find the other side because it's up the top here. I will go with this man, Kufal. Interesting one for Kufal for me. First off, I thought he was absolutely dreadful, and that is no joke. I really did. I thought he was absolutely shocking. All over the place, couldn't defend. He looked massively unfit. Second half, he comes out a completely different player. I think they've changed the system. I think when they went back to a 4, they looked a completely different side. When they went to a 5, he was all over the place. He really was. And I don't know what they was trying to do in the first half with Kafal, but second half he was a lot better. Should have scored a goal. It was a great ball in for Ben Rama for his hat trick, and I'll tell you what, he's inches away from getting the hat trick. So for me, I'll give Kafal. I'll give him a 7. It's a very low 7 for me. It's just a 7, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, Ben Johnson's our number 1 right back now. I think Kafal's going to have a job on his hands to get in, but it's a 7 for me. Right, we'll go to the centre arms now. We will start off with Mr. Dawson. Should have scored tonight. He got a couple of headers on target. His defending sometimes was all over the place in the first half. He wasn't as bad as the other defender I'm going to get onto. But yeah, Dawson was okay. The chance in the second half, though, if he gets it on target, it's a goal. It is. He just goes like millimetres wide. I'll give Dawson a 6. Right tonight, I think he was better of the 2, or better of the 3 centre halves that we got. But yeah, 6 for me. I think 6 is about right, and I feel that Dawson was the best of a bad bunch, especially in the first half. I must admit. So 6 for me for Dawson. Moving on to this man, Issa Diop. And I'm sorry, but Issa tonight was absolutely horrendous, really bad. I don't know what's going on. Right, he's been playing really, really well, and then tonight he just got ruined in the first half. He really did. He didn't look up for it. He just was looked. He looked off the pace. He was second to everything. He was very, very poor. And I've been praising Issa this season, and I want him to do well for us. And I'm sorry, but tonight he just let himself down. Second half, he picked it up a bit. I think because we went to a back four and we looked a lot better. Is that because we was just in a back five at the start? I don't know, but whatever it was, it just did not work in the first half, and we was all over the place. So yeah, Issa's going to get a 5, and that's the best you're going to get out of me for Issa Diop is going to be a 5. I'm afraid. I'm just like it was all bad in the first half, and I think second half, because we was attacking, we done a little bit better. But a 5 for me for Issa Diop. Moving on to the final defender in our ranks in the back five that we started off with, and is Cresswell. I thought Cresswell was all right. I must admit, the first half he was getting no protection from Arthur at all, absolute none. He looked poor. He was out of position, and he was making Cresswell look bad for Arthur being out of position. Cresswell done all right though. He puts in some lovely balls. He was crossing the balls in. He was making chances. He put a lovely free kick that the header go off of Dawson, if I remember rightly. I'll give Cresswell a 7. I think 7's about right. I think he played all right, Cresswell. Yet again, go to a back four. We look to a completely different team. So, yeah, it's a 7 for me for Mr. Aaron Cresswell. Where are we? Mr. Mark Noble. I love Noble to death, I'm afraid, but it just proved it tonight. He's not what we need in that midfield engine room. It's night and day. Like he's loyal. He's been a top class player for us, but I don't know what happened there. I really don't know. I don't know where Alex Crowell is. Like he comes on the pitch late. Alex Crowell should be starting ahead of Noble. Noble should be playing dead rubbers, League Cup games, FA Cup games, and the odd Premier League game if we're desperate. But we looked a completely different team when he went off. Same with Arthur, and yeah, like we looked all right. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to say I'll give Noble a 5 for me, and it's a low 5 for me. Yeah, that's the best of it, really. Right, let's move on to this man. Where is he? Declan Rice. Interesting game for Declan tonight. He could have been easily been sent off in the first half. He really could have been. He missed time to tackle. He got booked. He nearly got booked again. He put a tackle in, and the referee didn't do anything about it. Yeah, it was just bitty from him tonight. He pushed us forward. You know what I mean? I'll give him, if I'm rating him, I'll give Deck a 7 tonight. It might be a bit harsh, but there's other players who shone for me tonight, and I think Declan will even admit it. Like first half, he weren't great either. But saying that, he weren't helped with Noble being in there. So, yeah, for me, he gets a 7. He done well, but that's a stat. Like for Declan, he's better than a 7. Let's be honest here. So let's move on to where are we? Where are we? Let's go to him. If I can find him, which I have, and it's this man, Manuel Lanzini. I thought he had a mixed bag night tonight, Manny. I must admit. First half, absolute shocking. Tried like running into trouble. Second half, on the other hand, he played a lot better. I must admit, when they changed the system and put Manny in midfield, because it was a weird system tonight. They played 5 at the back with Declan Rice and Noble, with Manny as a 10, well, playing off of Antonio. Manny and Ben Rama playing off of each other, right, and Antonio up front. It was a weird system tonight they played tonight. It really was. So for the overall game, I'll give Manny a 7. I think he done better in the second half. He looked better in the second half, and yeah, I think 7's about right. I think that's where I'm at with him, 100%. Right, what we got here? Let's have a look. Got comments. We have got both centre halves 6s. Lenzi, you said a lovely ball for Cresswell for the to Cresswell for the first goal. 100% agree, Scotty boy. Let's take Scott's comment off there. Let's go here, and let's get to this man, Mr. Saeed Ben Ramer. Right, I'm going to be real. First half, I thought he was decent. I thought he was trying his hardest to do something. He put a lovely ball in for Antonio. If Antonio hits it first time as a shot on goal, he takes a touch and they clear it off the line. He puts the right balls in Benrahma, and he passes the ball about, and he gets into the right positions, and he feeds the right players at the right time. But it's down to them to put it in the back of the net. And I will get on to the other player who I thought was absolutely poor tonight. But he turned it on tonight. Do you know what I mean? At half time, he was 1-0 down. And I thought him and Areola were the two best players for West Ham. And that is no joke. Second half, he come out. They changed the system. They brought on the reinforcements. And within 30 seconds of bringing them on, we go 1-0, which was a good goal. Good ball in from Kafau, I believe. And Benny puts it away. But the second goal, I'm sorry, but that is class. Like class. He took the ball by the horns and went, right, we need to get something out of this game. And he ran at that defender, roasted him. And I want to see more of that from Benrahma. I really do. Right? I think he's capable of beating any player one-on-one. I've said it for a long, long time. I do believe that. I believe he's got the capability of going, like, let's have a one-on-one battle. And I think he roasts anyone on his day. That second goal was class. It's a great finish. He gets a 9 for me. And it's like, and it would have been a 10, a perfect 10 if he's another 2 foot taller, then I'll tell you something now, it's a perfect 10 because that ball comes in from Kafau and he gets his hat trick. I believe this might. I'm hoping this is the start of something for Benrahma. He's a good player. Give him confidence. And if you go and watch Declan Rice's interview, he said, you just need to give Saeed Benrahma confidence and you get the best of Saeed Benrahma. He said it himself. He's played with him for a year. He knows what he's like. He's a good player. And yeah, he was top drawer tonight. He dug us out of an hole and he got the goals tonight. So fair play to Saeed Benrahma. But this man, Mikel Antonio, before I get to Mikel, let me go through the comments, people. If you haven't subscribed already and you're watching this for the first time, please do subscribe. It goes a long way. It helps me out greatly. It really does. Scott singing, oh, Saeed Benrahma. Made a wonderful ball in today. Class tonight. First goal was super, but the second goal was world class. Roy's in the house. Saeed, SB22. Sean, love your show. We are messing. Not the win we wanted. Roll on, Liverpool. Please leave Noble at home. Yeah, Sean. Noble is a great player for us, or he's been a great player for us, but it's wrong move tonight. I wanted to see Crowell in this team. I really did. So yeah, let's get into it with Mikel Antonio. I don't know where to start here. He just did not look up for it at all tonight. And I'm not going to dig him out because he's been great for us, but we've got to say it how we see it, right? And to me, he was lackluster. He was running he's having shots from outside the box. And let's be honest here, when he went off, we looked a completely different team, and a better team at that. The problem is with Mikel at present is he's got no competition at West Ham. Right, he's guaranteed to play every single game because we've only got one striker at the club. And let's be honest, if comes Sunday and Mikel wasn't playing, there'd be an outcry from every West Ham fan, right? Because they know that we've got nothing else. We're not going to put Yarmolenko up there, and Jared Bowen is already in the starting lineup anyway. So tonight, I just thought he was very, very poor. I really do. I think to me, I can't remember him doing a lot, really. He ran about, he got stuck in, he should have scored. He had a great chance to score a goal, right? Saeed Benrahma puts a ball into him in the first half. Second half, he's running about, but there's just nothing there. Technically, there's nothing there. And he works on instinct, Antonio, for me. So I don't know what to rate him tonight. I don't want to be too harsh and give him a 5, but I'm close to it. Right? Uh, he was on for an hour, and he should have buried that chance. I will give him a 6, but it's just a 6 for me. I mean, he's borderline just over the 6 bracket. He wasn't on it tonight. He really wasn't. And I'll tell you what, we need a striker at this club who's going to push him, because he can come in and just do lackluster performances. It was a lackluster performance tonight. We would have been better off playing Bowen up front from the start. So, yeah, it's a 6 for me. And he needs to improve against Van Dijk, Trent, and Robinson at the weekend for sure. Let's get into the comments. We have got 10 from me. Mickey, 4. He was useless. Needed to get his head up. Gave the ball away a lot. So I agree, Scott. I really do. I'm being sort of generous with a 6. But I'll tell you what, you're not far off, mate. You're really not. Ben Rama gets a 9 from Ethan. And Scott's gone for a 6 on something. Oh, Fever Strong 6. Right. So let's go. Right, let's get into it now. We're going to start off with the substitutes. Pablo Fornals. Yeah, breath of fresh air, mate. I'm not his biggest fan, as everyone knows. I think he's a good player, but I don't think. Sometimes I do think he gets away with stuff. But I will say one thing: he come on tonight and he did look. We looked a lot better energy-wise, because Arthur on that side was absolutely horrendous. Let's be real. Now he comes on, and he's a breath of fresh air. Like, we looked a completely different side with him in it, passing, getting up the pitch fast. I'll give Fornals a 7. I think for the time he was on the pitch, what he'd done on the pitch, he was good. A 7's about right with me. I'll give him a 7. Let's go Jared Bowen. Yet again, he comes on. We just look a completely different team. Like, we stretched them a bit. I like Bowen this year. I really do. I think he's getting better and better. And at the end of the day, and I will say this, he's going to be pushing for that starting role as a striker, mate, for too long. He does look deadly in that part. And do you know what I noticed tonight? And one thing I did notice is he's winning headers. He's starting to win headers when balls are coming in the box. He's getting his head on it. And I'll tell you what, he's for a little bloke. He can half jump. I'll give him that. He affected the game. That front three were Fornals, Ben Rama, Bowen. To name a few, with Lanzini in there. I thought that was pretty decent, I must admit, all rotating, causing mayhem, really. So, yeah, Bowen's going to get a 7 for me also. I think he done well when he come on. And I think 7, yet again, is about right, if I'm being truthfully honest. Right, let's move on to this man. Heartbreak for Souček, mate. I thought Souček come on and we completely transformed. People have said about getting rid of Souček, and I've said Rice and Souček work well as a pair. You take one of them away, the other, and then it just doesn't work. And it proved it tonight with Noble being in there, if I'm honest. Like, Noble's in there, and let's be honest, we all love Noble as West Ham fans. But when Souček come on, completely different game. From the moment all 3 of them entered the pitch, completely different. We look solid in midfield. We look pacey again up front. And I feel sorry for Souček tonight, because I've heard tonight through other people that he's been getting a lot of criticism on social media. Don't be so stupid. Anyone can make a mistake like that, right? We're lucky that we wasn't 3-0 down at half time, right? I mean, so don't blame Souček for an own goal. He's put his head on it. It's gone in. It's unlucky at best. Do you know what I mean? So I'll give Souček a 7. I think he gets a valid 7. And I think that's about right, really, for me. The final player that I'm going to rate is, I've got him on here, which I haven't got him on here, sadly. I haven't. But I will rate it. I'm not going to rate him. He's Alex Crowell. Now, this is a bit of, I'm going to say this right now. Yeah. Why is Alex Crowell only getting 2-3 minutes? I know he's had COVID, right? He has to start playing football matches at West Ham United Football Club. There's no excuses now, right? There's no way that Alex Crowell should be sitting on the bench and Mark Noble should be playing 60 minutes. Not a chance for me. If he's on the bench, he's fit to play. He should be playing at the end of the day. And I want to see Alex Crowell more. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that Crowell, Souček, Rice, or any of the above. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to keep seeing this like this geezer coming on for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. What is going on? Like he needs to play, and I'm not going to rate him tonight, but because he didn't really do anything. Like he come on, he ran about, and he was off. Do you know what I mean? So it's a little like food for thought for Alex Crowell. Like I want to see him more in a West Ham shirt. Let's get to the comments. Let's go here. Benny 10, man of the match. See, it's good. It's good to see that everyone's rating Ben Rama, like, and giving him a fair rating. I mean, I'll give him a 9 because I thought he'd done everything right. He's just unlucky with the last goal, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? The first two are great. The ball comes in. If he's a foot and a half higher or taller, sorry, that's an hat trick. So yeah, Sean. Ben Rama's at number 10. It's going to get better and better. I believe so, Sean. I really do, mate. I really, really do. I think he's a talent, this kid. I really do. What I liked about him tonight, before I get onto the ref and the manager ratings, is that for me, he was running at players. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see him playing these short passes. And I think Moyes is doing that for some crazy reason. And Moyes said it in his post-match interview. If you go and watch his post-match interview on YouTube on BT Sport, when Ben Rama runs at players, he puts the fear of God into these players. So, like, I want to see more of that. I want to see him like make that sort of balance and that movement and that sort of commit defenders and all that. Because if we can get the best out of side Ben Rama, it opens up the space for Fornells, Bowen, and Mikel Antonio. So, yeah, for me, I agree, mate. He's going to get better and better. Roy, why is Noble was taking free kicks and corners? I don't know. When Cresswell's been brilliant all year at them, I've got no idea, Roy. No idea. I don't understand why Noble was playing tonight. I can understand it a little bit, but if Crowell's on the bench, sorry, he should be on the pitch, right? Let's be honest, like. There's no Vlasic tonight through concussion. There's no Yarmolenko, which I don't know. I don't understand. If someone could tell me in the chat, please do. I really would appreciate the reasons why them two wasn't in the squad. Going with Noble, the problem that it is now is that we've put all our eggs right in this basket to try and get something out of this game. We've got something out of this game, but we're going to be knackered. The only decent thing about it is it's only in Belgium. They're probably on the flight coming home now, and they will probably touch down in the next 2 hours in London somewhere, like probably a London City airport. So for me, it's bittersweet for me. Crowell should have been on the pitch, mate. He really should have been. Like, and I don't understand why Nobo's taking free kicks and corners all of a sudden. Scotty Venn. We've qualified for the group stages. Let's go one further, make it in the last 16. I agree, Scott. I think we will. I think we'll beat Rapid Vienna in Vienna, and we'll get the job done. So yeah. So let's move on for the people in the chat. Night, Dylan. Take care of yourself, mate. Let's move on to the people in the chat. Let's start with this man, the ref. He was card happy tonight. This bloke, I must admit. He was more bad for them than he was for us, but he was bad, I must admit. He could have sent Rice off in the first half. Rice goes in with a tackle, mistimed, gets booked, rightfully so, really. Then Rice goes and makes a stupid tackle, and I don't know how he didn't get booked. I think the ref was looking at it and going, right, one more and you're off. And Rice sorted it out, and he didn't do another foul after that. Every time there was a foul, there was a card coming out. So if you was on card betting tonight, you'd have loved it, 100%. And as I say, for Genk, there was fouls that he should have give, really, if I'm being honest, but didn't, and even booked their manager. So that's how bad it got. But to rate him overall, I'll give him a 3, mate. I think he was just very, very card happy, and he did let things go at some points. He did give right fouls, but as soon as there was a sort of not a bad foul, but a sensible foul, say, or a mistimed foul. It was a yellow card straight away, and it was like, what are you doing, mate? Like, there was no sort of leniency, but then I can't really say that because he was lenient with Rice, and Rice could have been sent off. So yeah, he gets a free for me for the ref. Now, final person, Mr. David Moyes. I don't know why he has gone for with 5 at the back, and it's been proved tonight through Declan Rice, I believe. We set up with Cresswell, Dawson, Diop, Cresswell, Arthur as your back 5, with Rice and Noble, Lanzini and Ben Rama playing off Antonio. I do not understand that, and I would like people in the chat to tell me if you can understand that. We've played 4-2-3-1 religiously, and now we go and set up 5 at the back against Genk. So I just don't understand it. I really, really do not understand it, George. Shame we didn't win, but at least we're still unbeaten in Europe. I agree, George. It's not. We deserve something out of the game in the end, but in the first half we could have easily lost the game. So yeah, I agree, George. So yeah, if someone can tell me why he set up 5 at the back, I have got no idea. That first 20 minutes, we was all over the show, and I don't know why. We couldn't pass the ball. Arthur was out of position. Cresswell looked like he was lost. Like, Cresswell hasn't played a competitive game for God knows how long, since the Manchester United game. Now, when you're playing as a right wing back, you've got to be fit and like literally fast. Now, Cresswell's good, but he's not rapid fast. And that first half, we was all over the place. He should have changed it really sooner, and I don't know why he didn't. But we managed to get in at half time 1-0. The only decent thing about it is that he done the subs at the right time and it worked, so to speak. Souček, Bowen, Fornells. He went bang, 3. And then he sort of changed the system. I went to a back 4, like a 4-2-3-1 system, which is our natural position, really. Obviously, we go 2-1 up and then they score and it ends up being a 2-2 draw. But I'm just baffled with that one. I really am. I know Moyes, he's done really, really well. Don't get me wrong. He's done really, really well. And he's got a lot of things right. But tonight, I don't know what he was trying tonight. I just do not understand it. Go 4-3-3. And it just proved it in the first half. We was getting flooded in midfield. They was getting the ball. They was turning us and running at us. And let's be honest there, how we got out of that half 1-0 is pretty unbelievable in the grand scheme of things. So I don't know what to rate Moyes tonight. I really don't. I thought he made the subs at the right time. I'll give him that. But the first half, we could have been massively slapped. And I hope that is not a sort of preview of what we're going to be up against on Sunday against Liverpool. Is he not thinking about going to a back, like a 3-4-3 or 5-3-2? You know what I mean? At the back against Liverpool, like, because I just don't understand it. You're playing against Genk, playing on the counter, and people looked at that and thought, right, Masawaku's playing as your left-sided winger. He weren't. He was playing as your left wing back. So questions need to be answered. That right, he got the subs right. He played Ben Rama from the start. He subbed Antonio. He subbed Masawaku. He subbed Noble. I'll give Moyes a 7 tonight. It's a 7 for me, and it's just a 7 for me. Like, I think he just about got away with it, in my opinion. He can't be doing that though again. Like, especially playing players like if you're going to play a wing back position, might as well play Ben Johnson at right back. Do you know what I mean? Or play him at left back and have a bit of pace. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he got away with it tonight, Moyes. We got the point that we needed, and basically that's about it, really. Like, that's the best I can sort of say on the matter on that. So fair play to him. about the subs, but I don't know what he was doing at the start. I really don't. So that is the end of the player ratings for me. Tell me in the comments below if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong. I'm going to get to your comments and I'm going to wrap it up. Right, we've got Roy. I think there's a lot of players we can get rid of in January. I agree, mate. I thought Mazuaku's done his time, mate, for tonight. I don't know what he was playing at tonight. I was sitting in the pub, I was watching the game, and I was like, this geezer's just not good enough, mate. He's just not good enough. Yeah, he's got good feet. Do you know what I mean? But if I want a good feet, I'll go and watch a dancer. Do you know what I mean? Or have a dancer at left back. I'm sorry, but he's just not good enough for West Ham anymore. Noble, he's going to retire, and it's the right decision. But we massively need strength, and what we need is pace up front. That's one thing we do need. We lack so much pace up front. Mikel Antonio is robust and he's powerful, but he's not like a speed merchant. And we need someone who can get the ball and carry it rapidly up the pitch. Benny can do it, but he can't do it on his own. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, George. I don't know what's gone on in his head sometimes. It's like he thinks because we're playing so well, that's any formation will work. I totally agree, George. I really, really do, mate. And that is a great comment there for everyone who's watching this, right? I couldn't understand that tonight. I really couldn't. Like to go and set up 5 at the back against Genk. We've just smashed them 3-0 at home. It was like he was setting up for a draw, like to me. All right. So I don't know. It was just common sense in the end prevailed, and like they must have sat there and gone, right, go to a back 4. I don't want to see a 5 at the back. We had this last season, and we spoke. Right, anyone who was watching the stuff last year, we had the same thing last year. Like, why is he going 5 at the back for? Like, we're a good team. We should be pressing these teams from the front. And it just, I don't understand it tonight. But all I can say is we got away with it. We really did. I'm so happy for Ben Rama only getting started. Lucky us. Don't please underestimate Souček. He's the reason we will get 124 Rice. I agree, mate. But I'll disagree on one comment on that, Sean. Rice is not worth 120, mate. He's worth more than 120 million. It really is. He's worth 150 million, Rice. Do you know what I mean? And when Rice plays with better players around him, like, and I don't want to be critical of Noble because I love Noble to death. He's West Ham through and through, Canning Town boy. But when Souček come on, we looked a completely different team, and it was just like it's like a light switch come on and went right. Rice can turn into the player that we all love. Do you know what I mean? So I totally agree. Michelet, negative Moyes. It is, mate. And this is the fear that I have for Sunday. It really does. Like, is that a preview of what we're going to be up against Sunday? Are we going to go with a back 3 and try and snuff out Liverpool? Right? If he does it, like, I just don't understand it. I really don't. And the only positive you can take out the whole situation is we got something out the game. If we'd have lost that game 3-0 tonight, questions need to have been asked of Moyes, though. And I do mean that. Like, you can't go around, like, we've played 4-2-3-1, play a 4-3-3 system. Like, there's a geezer on the bench in Alex Crowell who plays for he's played more for his national team than he has for his club team. And that is just unreal. Like, get him in midfield and go with a 3-man attack. Like the way Liverpool play. Do you know what I mean? And you can go like Souček, Crowell, and have Declan Rice as an advancing midfielder if you want to make us more expansive. But don't go 5 at the back, Arthur Mazuaku, and like the Kafal one baffles me and all because you're asking basically Kafal to run up and down that right hand side. He's just come back from a long term injury, right? And now you want him to be a right wing back. It baffles me. It really does. Benron was like Maradona playing for Doncaster tonight. I've got to admit, to round it up for me, mate, I thought I'm hoping to start something with Ben Rama. I've been banging the Ben Rama drum for a long time, and I do like the kid. I think the kid's a quiet lad. He's a good player. He needs confidence. He needs good players around him. And do you know what? If we do sign Jesse Lingard in January, I want them two to play together, and I think we'd be a phenomenal force. I really do, because they both worked well last season, and etc. So yeah, well, I'm going to call it a night on this, people. That's been the player ratings. If you like what I do and like my content on E20 Zone TV, please do subscribe if you're new, Randy, and you're watching for the first time. It goes a long way. It helps me greatly. Please like the video. It gets me out there in the world and gets me out there more on YouTube. We really would appreciate it. So to end it on this, it's a point gained for me. Right, and I would sort of leave it on that. It's a point gained rather than 2 dropped. We were poor in the first half. Second half, we livened up. Benny turned up, got the 2 goals. Souček's unlucky for the header. He really, really is. And I don't want to hear no one criticise Thomas Souček. I really don't. But we move on now. We've got a big game on Sunday against Liverpool. And if we play like we played the first half against Liverpool, we could be watching Man United Liverpool again. Liverpool being 4-0 up at half time. So we've got to sort it out, and we have got to sort it out properly against them. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. We've qualified for Europe, and roll on Liverpool on Sunday. Bye for now. Well, it was bye for now, but now it's bye for now.